Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunshine Tarot and welcome to your general reading, Aries, for the month of July. Now, I know I didn't do a general reading per se last month, so my apologies for that, but I hope you caught my experimentation with Yu-Gi-Oh cards with the tarot, so that rather took the place of them, but they were a lot of fun. I'm going to do them again. Now, as a general reading rules apply. So I am speaking about Aries energy, sun, moon, rising. If you don't know what your moon and rising are, there's a link in the description for a free birth chart. You need your birth time as well, certainly for your rising. But general reading, so timing is not absolute. It's part of the picture. It's not the whole picture. Where these readings are different, though, there isn't a take what resonates. If it resonates, take the lot. If it doesn't resonate, take none of it. There's go and watch your moon, go and watch your rising. In fact, always, if you know your rising sign, always watch your rising as well, or even first sometimes. Now, there is a link down there to the Facebook page for this channel. It's got its own inbox. So if you want to contact me directly for a personal reading, that's the place to do it. Obviously, as a YouTuber, do that all good stuff, you know, the like, share, subscribe. It really does help the channels. The final thing about this reading is ask a question beforehand. Pause the video if you need to. Think about all the questions that are around you. Focus on one of them, but be aware of all of them, because cards will answer what they please and not necessarily what you and I think are the most pressing issues, let's put it that way. But that active focus gives a little bit of energy to the reading. I think I have said all of my housekeeping. 2 minutes, I'm getting faster at this. Just one final thing, don't give your power away to a tarot reader. My words are here for you to think about and see if they're fit. They're not to tell you what to do. Right, let me change cameras, bring the cards up. What's really interesting here, Aries, is I'm not quite sure how to put it. It's like you're in a, I don't want to say conflicted state, but almost like 1 minute something was good, now you've given up on the idea of it. Or you've achieved this one good thing, but it's meant that you're letting go of another dream because there's stress coming up from the feeling of it. So how you are feeling, we have Nine of Swords, the fears, nightmares, with the Six of Pentacles. So all these fears and nightmares, are they really worth it? The answer might be yes, but that's a question that only you can answer, because the final card we have here is the World card. Now I'm using, now what they're called. Is it Spellcaster? Of course, I put the box upside down. Yes, Spellcaster Tarot, then clarified by the Wheel of the Year, and then the Dark Grimoire Tarot, which was a weird one to be led to. It's not one of my favourite tarots, but as I was going through, I was like, okay, right, if that's the one I'm using. So you've recently had some positive news. Some dream of yours has come into a form of fruition. It's finally manifested after, well, you've had a succession of new beginnings recently, haven't you? So if we look here, we start this current period of time with the Ace of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. This Queen of Cups is also here as well. So that nurturing a dream energy is keeping going, which makes me think that this 10 of Cups, it's like you got what you want, but maybe not in the way that you wanted it. Or there is a driving force, an ongoing, this is something that I want to achieve, that you've achieved one step to, or you've achieved something entirely unrelated, which is now helping you focus now on the one dream that you have been wanting to push forward. But there's an element of disillusionment. There's an element of, okay, this has brought me happiness, whatever this recent development is, but it also seems to have brought me stress. It also seems to like, whoa, how much have I taken on board here? And I need to put an end to this. However, I will say by this situation having come around, it has already put an end to another stress. So this, the power of this Two of Pentacles here, see, new beginning energy again there, Ace of Swords and the Fool. So this Two of Pentacles energy seems to be spread over the whole reading, as in there's pros and there's cons. There's a lot of pros and cons going on here, but you have taken on a burden due to the fact that you've been this new happiness, this new idea that you've taken on board. And that's really stressed here with two Ten of Wands clarifying. Well, Ten of Wands clarified by Ten of Cups and Ten of Wands again. So yes, you have taken on a burden, but this is sort of what you asked for. And I think that your reaction to that one didn't ask for this, but there's an underlying sense of quite some form of happiness going on here, even as you're like, right, now I've got this little, let's say 2 foot square of happiness. Now I can look beyond that and see what needs working on next, what needs changing next. But that happiness is also taking some maintenance, and I want to say rightly so, because let's have a look at the oracle cards. We have from the Gateway Oracle, manifesting dreams rather speaks for itself, especially when backed up from the Greek mythology cards of Gaia. Here, all about manifestation. I was asking what you're building the basis, or you have built the basis of something. You've got into the emotional correct frame of mind on this one thing, because there's that stress and that, oh God, what have I taken on, feelings going on at the same time. But if you examine it, there is this one thread of, yeah, this is part of the place where I wanted to get to. This is part of where I wanted to be. Doesn't mean it's the end. It's like one small thing. Say you was building a castle, you've built one corner tower. So you've got that one corner sorted now for the other three. But it does look like World card here with Seven of Wands, right? Keep doing the hard work. It's going to take you to a better place, but in an not in the way that you expect. I think there's an element of roll with the punches going on here. Now, I'm not saying that the punches are bad, but I'm saying that, right, I'm going to head this way, and then there's an obstacle. It's, that Saturn-Uranus square. Saturn says no. There's, and Saturn will be saying, nope, 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 as you're moving around, but it's like a sailing boat. You are tacking. You are going in diagonal lines towards your target. You are getting there. It's just going around all the houses. And I rather think this as well from the bottom of the decks. We have Wheel of Fortune on the main deck, then Nine of Wands, and then the High Priestess. So what that's telling me is that there are chances out there for you to use at the moment. Yeah, you're tired. Yeah, there's elements that you could do with giving up on, or just giving up on is the wrong word. That you just don't want to do it anymore because there isn't enough hours in the day, or there isn't enough emotional energy left in the tank, or however you want to put it. But hopefully your insight, your intuition will be saying, oh, for the moment, keep going. But the important thing here is that you adapt to whatever obstacles that you are encountering, because you need to start taking action. You can't be waiting for action to come to you, because that way is a trap. We've got the Eight of Swords here, but this is, as normally I would say, Eight of Swords is one of my favourite cards. Not in this deck. It's very much about being trapped. Being trapped by something that you are perceiving as external. Which, yeah, like the taxman coming to the door, or lack of employment in your area, or food shortages, or, something that is an outside world thing. But you can balance that outside world thing with something that you have been working on already if your plans have gone according to power. This is a time for you manifesting. However, from, not wanting to stain my hand, we have Renth, the Angel of Time from the Angelarium. Now, one of Renth's messages is that everything burns away. So the way I'm getting that here is that's also meaning your obstacles are quite possibly burning away at the same time. So there's power behind your actions right now, Angel of Power, especially when linked with Gaia, manifesting dreams. And this is something that you have built how can I put it? This is something where you have been building a foundation for anyway. I've said that. So, change is coming. Change possibly from either a past connection or by adhering to some past values. Because values have been called into, where was that? Seven of Cups. Yeah, your values recently have been called into question, and that's fine. You don't have to change your mind. You just have to know why you've got the values that you do have. So questioning them every now and again is quite healthy. But there is this change building. We've got a Tower card here. So I have my new Tower Takeover Tarot. So just like I like to clarify the Devil card with my Demon Possessed, I bought these specifically for... Okay, that one then. Clarifying the... Ooh. 10 of Cups. So that 10 of Cups, that satisfaction that you that's brought this burden on, looks to me like that burden's short term, because you're either getting cheesed off with it, as that Eight of Cups suggests, or more to the point, I think it's that it becomes irrelevant. Certainly with Jupiter in Pisces at the moment, but heading back to Aquarius, I was listening on a podcast just now. Grab the joy while you can. Fill the camel's humps up with joy. It will be in short supply. There's positive. But we know what's going on in the world at the moment, and we can all believe that, because change is coming Change is coming your way that offers a new path, new hope. Certainly, it's bringing you into a new... the Sun card on here, as I say, it's my Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy card, but it's the Dark Grimoire Tarot. There is no Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy. But the Sun card here is promising a new open world after being in a closed underground world. So pretty much like a rebirth. I don't want to say rebirth. I want to say like a birth. It's for some reason, some limitation that will be around you will be removed. That limitation that is around you has been bringing you some happiness. But as I say, it's fill the joy tanks up while you have the chance, because it will pass, it will fade, and that's okay. It's almost with that Ten of Cups, Ten of Cups, Ten of Cups. Um, it almost feels like the whatever that happiness was becomes irrelevant. You've had that moment, you've had that experience. You know, if you have the experience of jumping out of a plane and thoroughly enjoy it, it still doesn't mean that you are going to every day go and jump out of a plane again, unless that's what you want to do for a career, obviously. So it's got a beginning, a middle, and an end, emphasized here by the presence of Renth, the Angel of Time. So, but that it frees you up. Ace of Wands here with the Eight of Wands. So almost you are trading somehow. You're trading this thing that has brought you happiness, but has passed its expiration date. You are trading it for progress moving forwards. King of Pentacles, Empress. Now, these two piles represent a potential future, a possible future, one that you may want to grab, one that you may want to go, oh no, don't want to do that. Now, these are looking quite positive on this on the start. Right, this is this when this change comes and this removal of this joy, whatever it is, it's opening up a pathway for you, and you alone, I might add, for some form of rebirth. Two nines here, but Nine of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, clarifying the King of Pentacles. So the wish fulfillment that you are building for yourself is likely to be changed by this point, but changed in a good way, in a far more practical way, in a way that has, well, let's go, I don't think these are two different, in a way that is practical, that in a way that is grounded, material, 3D world, you know, new job, new business, pay rise, build something for your house, start a movement going. It's physical changes. But I think these are two sides of the same future, because here we have Emperor, Two of Swords, and the Hanged Man. So one thing that is drawn to me is the difference between a king and an emperor. A king looks after his patch. An emperor looks after every patch. So don't make your... You know what, how I use that analogy of like, here's my 2 square foot of joy, and now let's see how I can move out. Don't be too ambitious. Change a smaller part of your world really, really well, rather than trying to exert control over a larger part of the world and have that effect watered down. Because if you change that one part, the effects of it will spread, it will spill over. You have that Angel of Power here behind you. I mean, someone else is praising you for how far you've come. With getting this happy situation that's brought this new burden on you. And they are seeing it as victorious. Queen of Swords underneath. Now, this could be a positive or it could be a negative influence, depending on how you look at it. Because, I mean, it's the Dark Grimoire Tarot, so, you know, doom and gloom. But there's someone who's quite wise and really good at pointing out things for your worldview. That those things that give you pause, those things that make you go, Yeah, that's right. I need to tend to that. And it is a matter of I need to tend to it. So it's more a matter of cutting something out. However, I do feel that they have an agenda of their own by giving you this advice. But I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing, because if they benefit by you benefiting, you still benefit. So that's okay. You know, so, but it's almost like they have a slightly different aim in mind to what you do. And to be honest, that's also okay, because these aims are more complementary. And with AILL here, you have that mental force to stick to your plan roughly. And this Queen of Swords character can very wisely prune sides of your plan and point things out to you, but it is you that's the driving force and you that's doing it. But one thing that I think with this Queen of Swords, even though they have their own, and this could be male or female, remember, um, even though they have their own agenda, is that their agenda is supporting yours, even if it's different. Um, so there's a fear of being all on your own on this, and are you just resolved to carry on as you're going, and are you likely to miss the opportunities as they show themselves, or are you just going to be stuck on your own where, yeah, you've got your 2 foot square, but that's your lot? I don't think that's true. We have got some form of wish fulfillment coming, but it's a wish fulfillment that has to be balanced. This wish fulfillment is balanced somehow with some heartache. Now, that heartache may be the changing of your current Ten of Cups state, wherever the Ten of Cups is effective in your life, the fact that that has ceased or will cease. But it was never supposed to be a permanent thing. And if it is a permanent thing, then there's a trap. So by progressing along your plans, there is going to be a heartache on the way. But if you can see that coming, you can steel yourself against that, because it's all part of the process and you are ending up towards a better place. You are not giving up something good for something that's not nearly as good. You are giving up something that is finite for something that is yet to be defined. Fuzzily, it's fuzzily defined, but it's not. It hasn't had the limits imposed on it yet. It hasn't. It may be able to spread wider than what you're expecting. However, as I was saying, in a way, with your ambition, less is more. Concentrate on changing a small piece of your life or your environment or whatever this is going on about for you. Concentrate on changing a small piece well, rather than a large area, but in a watered down effort because it's such a large area. Okay, so if that means anything to you, Aries, that's not bad. 20 minutes. I'm normally waffling for a lot longer than that. If that means anything to you, Aries, please do comment down below. Even if it's just, I know what you're talking about, because it is really nice to know that these readings get to the ears of the people that they're supposed to be, and I'm not just wasting time sat talking to my laptop. This, because I must look quite the idiot out of my front window there, where people see, and I'm just here chattering away to myself. But yeah, comment down below. Contact me for a personal reading if you want. Don't forget that like button. And now, go and watch your moon or your rising if I've already uploaded them. Cheers.